We're,
took a nap.
we're going live.
Ah, I see that. Hey,
We don't
everybody,
want to. We don't want to be late.
how's everybody doing?
How is everybody doing tonight? Looks like it's just me and you, brother.
Well, for the moment here,
Oh
hold on. You got to give people a second to jump in.
yeah.
Ah, there we go. Oh, and that cute. You got to give people a second. Crap. Oh, yep, got to mute that. All right, got that. Oh, there's Lone Star. What's up, brother? Lone Star.
What's up, Lone Star? we haven't made anything official yet, but we've been hanging out a lot lately since we've got all this time on our hands.
I'm telling you, you know what? We need to do like a three-way. I mean, Lone Star. You know what I'm saying. But yeah, do like a three-way between us. But
Mark 18, what's going on?
what's up, Mark?
Yeah, it's pretty wild out here in Detroit lately, man.
Yeah, you guys got it worse than us. We only started our self-quarantine, our stay-at-home order today. So
yeah, it's been a week today.
Oliver, what's up, brother?
Oh man, how are you, brother? Yep, it's been a week today, man. We've been on quarantine and driving my family crazy, I'm sure.
I'll tell you what, with my kids, they're 15 and 19. I mean, I've tried to prepare them quite a bit, but they're still.
Nobody's ready for this.
No, and Austin, like, are you worried about this coronavirus?
Fuck this shit.
Fuck no, fuck this shit. His exact words. And you're what, 21?
21, yeah.
So
I ain't worried at all.
I'm not worried about us. I'm worried about my mom.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I'm worried about the older folks.
Yeah.
And anybody that has asthma or any lung problems.
Yeah, exactly. We gotta keep the soft ones fresh.
Yep. Yeah, it's fucking crazy, bro.
I don't know.
I'm fucking praying I'm an essential. I'm praying, bro, because tomorrow they're gonna have to have a meeting because Governor Doug Ducey just fucking implemented that shit.
Yep.
If I'm not essential, I'm not going to fucking work.
I'm not going to work.
No. This shit is wild.
But the thing is you find out if they're gonna pay you. I mean, government. Oh yeah, the government's gonna give you $1,200. Whoopty fucking shit! I know, right? $1,200. But you know what? That's gonna cost.
It's not bad though. It's not bad. At least
it's gonna cost. Something. Yeah, but then you're gonna have to spend thousands of dollars to pay that off. Or our kids.
I'm gonna ask for them to fucking take taxes out of it right off the bat because I ain't getting fucked for it.
Well,
I'll make a fat ass check.
They let these 21-year-old kids talk like this.
I should probably warn y'all. There is going to be some strong language because my kids like to cuss. But
they let these 21-year-old kids talk like this.
Hey, I ain't his,
and he ain't a kid.
And I work in a shop.
Yeah,
dude, the motherfuckers I work with.
Actually, Uman would really get a kick out of this guy. Here, come here, show your face. Show your
21.
This guy.
21
he's a freaking welder, dude.
A welder and fitter.
21 is surely a kid. I would love to be that again.
Hell yeah, bro. Well, all I do is work, so yeah. 21, good times.
Yeah, I think we had a little bit better times, though.
There's no way I would never.
All I want in life is a bass boat and a nice house, and that's what I'm gonna get myself.
There you go. If we have to steal it, we'll get that for him.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. I ran into a problem today, dude, and it seems to be spreading around in my city. try to pay my phone bill today.
Okay.
I
you do it
haven't been able to pay the phone bill.
You do it with a card, or how do you do it?
I usually do it with a set debit card. It usually automatically comes out on the 28th of the month, and
yeah,
this month I got a notice that said my payment was declined. So I jumped on the phone and checked my bank account. Everything seemed to be okay, and tried to submit the payment manually online, and 48 hours later, I'm still unable to get that payment to go through. All the physical stores for that phone company are closed, and when you call customer service due to the coronavirus, no one is in the office to take the call.
Well, ain't that just peachy?
It's not going good here in Detroit lately.
You just heard my I'd call him my son, but he's a welder. I mean, he's a tradesman already. Like my son, my son's a tradesman. I'm a tradesman. We're all tradesmen. And even he's like wondering if he's going to be essential. I'm in the same boat. Like right now, I think Oliver, I think Lone Star. I don't know if I told you, but yeah, I am off this whole next week. They have let everybody go. They've kept the salary employees working. Some of them from home, some of them at the plant. But I'm gonna have to call in. I'll probably call my friend like Wednesday and be like, hey, what's the news? Are we gonna be out for another freaking week? I mean, I do have more time off I can take, but if it's more than like 2 weeks, I'm gonna get screwed. I'll almost be screwed. I have been saving though, and that's one thing. Most people in the chat know I'm a prepper, so it's not like I'm going to this empty-handed, dude. I've got more than half of my bank account under my bed, so to speak. So I mean, I could go another month easy. I've got enough food. My son still has money. We've got plenty of toilet paper. I had to throw that in there, but we got plenty of bullets too. We got plenty of bullets. We got these right here.
Well, I'll tell you what. I mean, the fact that the communication, and it's not just my phone that's having this problem. There's several family members that are going through the same thing right now, and I did not wear my tinfoil hat, but is this the beginning of them shutting down our communications? I mean, how can they not accept legitimate payments? And I mean, I didn't just try with that debit card. I have credit cards, multiple accounts, different banks, debit cards. I tried to use campaign fund debit card to purchase some stuff for the campaign approximately 2 weeks ago. And when I ran it through the machine, it gave me the same error message: contact my financial institution. Now, I did call my local bank where my actual physical accounts were set up at, and it was the damnedest thing. I mean, I wish I could have recorded it to share it with everybody, but I called. It was not my branch. They transferred me to a Indian operator service connection or something, where I briefly explained my problem about at just that one financial institution, I was in possession of 5 debit cards that were not functioning. They would not function at gas pumps. They would not function online to make purchases. They would not work in any fashion.
You couldn't even take it to the ATM?
I could not take it to the ATM. At the ATM, at the bank, the message was, contact your financial institution. So upon contacting them, like I said, I was not calling the branch like the phone number I called. I was transferred to some dude, some dude lady that I couldn't understand because of their heavy Indian accent. And after, like I said, briefly explaining to them what happened, they disconnected the call. At which time I, immediately called back and lo and behold, reached possibly the same heavily Indian accented person.
Crazy.
And when I explained to them that I had been possibly disconnected on accident and that I was calling about and before I could finish my sentence, the phone call was hung up again. So don't know what's going on much. I might not be able to call anybody here in the next 21 hours or whatever it takes for the day to run out. But it seems kind of strange. And like I said, it's not just me. There's 6 people I know personally, relatives, family members that are facing this within the next 5 to 10 days.
Yeah, man. We basically did the same thing at work. The only thing is they only kept the salaried employees. So anybody that was out, even though I'm the lead man, I'm still an hourly. I'm still hourly, and they still sent me home for the week. They might call me back in earlier. I don't know. I told them I'm on call, so we'll see what happens. Med and pharma customers. I didn't even realize you had those alts. Who, man?
It's not full blown shit hit the fan, but I'll tell you what, it's not normal here in Michigan, Detroit. Real rough. We're still out of toilet paper at the local stores. I have sunk so low as to parking in the parking lot of stores with my binoculars and peering in just to see what kind of supplies they have. But
dude, seriously,
it's not getting much better. And the even more scary part is the amount of traffic I see coming to check for supplies has been so diminished that it would seem people are becoming conditioned that there's no need to go to the store because there's not going to be anything there. And it's a really weird feeling. Not just the fact that I'm sitting in the parking lot with a pair of binoculars, but what I am observing while I'm doing so. Steve McGrath, what's going on, brother? That's some good advice. I've been passing out that same sentiment to everybody I know.
Did you hear me, Roger? 12B's in the chat.
Yes, sir. Hey, what's going on, Georgia? 12B.
Who, me? Steve? Yeah, I've got a Home Depot like 2 blocks away, and Lowe's like about the same. I got one that's 2 blocks away, one that's 3.
Oh man, I'm never gonna come work for you then, buddy.
Yeah, you
just cost a lot of money for me to sit around and drink beer.
You're just there for support. Man, that totally sounds like a slave operation going on there, man.
Steven, you got any more updates on to when the new product will be available for maybe testing or get some tuning going on? I don't know if anybody here in the chat has ever been to Stephen McGrath's channel, but if you haven't, head over there, check it out, check out some of his videos. It's a prepper screwdriver, I guess, for a lack of better words. And I'll leave it at that. If you guys would do so and go check it out, I promise you won't be sorry.
Where are the videos? I'm playing. Oh, there we go. Playlist. All right. Now I see some. All right. Okay.
It's another 30 days, says Trump, right?
Yeah, yeah, I guess just tonight.
Thought that's what I heard in the background there. I didn't want to stop doing dishes to find out how much longer my wife is going to be unemployed, how much longer I won't probably be able to go get employment because I think banging on doors and begging for jobs right now is probably frowned upon.
Dangerous too. You knock on the wrong door, be like, "Oh man, who are you? The cops."
Yeah.
We just had 3 cops shot last night. I don't know the whole story. All I know is it was supposedly a domestic dispute between 2 roommates. The cops showed up, and 3 of them ended up getting shot. One of them died, and they also shot the suspect dead. So the suspect died. One of the cops died. The other 2 got shot. I don't know the whole situation. Maybe they were coming for guns, and people said, "Kiss my ass! You're not taking my guns," and there was a shootout. I honestly don't know, but I could almost picture something like this happening very easily because, I don't care if you've got a costume on. I don't care if you've got that shiny badge. Is it bulletproof? Let's find out. I mean,
Well, I don't know about that, but I'll tell you
I
what, in the city of Detroit, I have seen many a man don the uniform of a police officer and kick people's doors in on Christmas and steal all the presents and tie everybody up and all kinds of other crazy bullshit. So I hope no one would think at this point, at this moment in time, the police are going to be coming to
protect
kick your door in and serve a search warrant for little cousin Pookie who, whatever, stole a bag of Snickers at the CVS. And I think, that's probably a good thing in most instances because this police machine they have unleashed upon inner cities and, in a different sense, the suburbs, people trying to start solar farms and stuff like that, and all the legislation they passed to make it illegal, can't catch rainwater or whatever.
good
And
one.
maybe give everybody a little bit of time to look at how fragile this beautiful thing we have is, and hopefully take the time to realize that once this is gone, it won't be back in any country on this planet,
Well,
any place on this earth.
I,
I don't care how hard any of us ever try again. We'll never have what we have right now once we lose it.
well, I kind of agree with John more on this one. It's that hopium, that we can eradicate the corruption and get us back on the same republic that our forefathers put us on. But like you're saying, at this point, I mean, it's far fetched to even guess it could happen at this point. We are just so far gone. Um, we're gonna have to go through some really hard times, folks. All of you in the chat, and I think the majority of you know it. We're gonna go through some hard times, and even if things get a little bit better here, say this coronavirus does its curve, and then here in about 2 or 3 months we start going back to work and everything. It's not going to be the same, folks. It's not going to be the same. I can guarantee it. It won't be the same.
I don't know, Dangerous Freedom. We, as American people, have gotten used to being scared for a couple months at a time just to have all things return to normal. I mean, what were we scared of 10 years ago? Planes crashing into buildings?
No, you're talking about 911, and we got out of that. Now you can't even go to the airport without getting a finger up your asshole. Okay,
Well, well,
that's what that did. Come on, man. Every time they take more advantage from us because exactly they use that fear to scare the people
I agree.
Sorry, brother. I'm not trying to yell at you. I'm not yelling at anybody in the chat. I just get personally upset about this, how they have been screwing all of us for so long. Because
I truly agree with you as to what they're doing to us.
They use that.
I think the reality of it is that
yes,
98% or 95 or 91, whatever number you want to argue, are gonna forget about all this sooner than they should. And they have scared us my whole life, from nuclear missiles from Russia all the way down to COVID-19 now. And all the fears are overcome, and all the patriots go back to planting, and it's a cycle that I've seen in my life, my whole life. And I don't think anything that's happened right now, or anything that has the potential of happening, is going to change the normalcy that we all seek to find our way back to. And if there is enough people to destroy what we have, whether those be left or right or a combination of the both, we will never have what we have today.
Honestly, the only way somebody could break that whole left-right paradigm is if they are somebody in the middle that aren't there. I mean, they're like libertarian. They're going in there, and that's just it, though, because libertarians are never going to get voted in, because Republican and Democrat own the key house. Well, I should say the Democrats did hold a key house. I think after 2020, would you really be surprised if the Democrat Party is almost decimated into nothingness?
I think there'll always be two political parties that have the infrastructure of the federal government. And I think until all of us unite and support each other and pay the fees that we need to pay to get us in the places we need to be, we'll be subject to whatever they decide to call themselves. And it will never be patriotic Americans, whatever name they slap upon it, Democrat, Republican, Whig, Moose Party. None of that makes a difference. And I think I still agree with George Washington, Mr. President himself. The political parties will be the death of this great republic.
Yeah, and so far he's been absolutely correct. So, yeah, I mean, even Donald Trump, and I have to agree. Out of everybody, out of every president in my lifetime, he's done the most for this country, as far as what I would consider trying to get us back to a republic. But I mean, he's just up against so much opposition. It's just insane.
Yeah, I mean, I know every presidential cycle we like to profess how nice we are or mean they are to our political party preference or whatever. But all presidents are attacked viciously, and all presidents are this and that. But they're definitely, in my opinion, which I know doesn't mean anything, has been an unprecedented anger and disrespect for who we need to at least allow be our figurehead, our leader, our spokesperson, our most supported face on the screen. I mean, some of the stuff they say is just downright disgusting. And I don't know if I would go so far as to call it treasonous, but if it was explained to me as treasonous, I wouldn't be opposed.
Yeah, and if you get into office and you found out some of the dirt that they've been keeping, you could totally find it treasonous of grounds for possibly hanging. I mean, I would not fathom that about a quarter of the people in our Congress and our Senate right now would not be able to be tried under treason and probably hung.
I mean, I don't know if we need to hang them. I don't know if we need to hang them at noon, but there should be some ramifications for their.
Hang them at midnight. Maybe they're a witch like Hillary, a confirmed witch. We'll give her an option. Okay, you want to hang at midnight or do you want to hang at noon? She'd be like, oh, I want to hang at Witch's Hollow, Witch's Eve. And it's like, okay, there you go. We'll hang you still. Oh, well, can you imagine if Hillary Clinton came back as a ghost? Oh, God.
I can't imagine any ghost. It's too scary. Well, look, Dangerous Freedom, I appreciate you coming on here with me.
All right.
I just wanted to jump on here, give everybody kind of a brief update of what's going on here in Detroit, Michigan. We're still hunkered down. I'm still on high alert. I still have all my mobile exterior camera viewers.
Where's the one on Frank? You don't have one on Frank yet?
I don't have one what?
You don't have one on Frank yet?
I do have 16 cameras inside the house as well as outside the house, but I don't show too many of the inside of the house cameras. The cuteness is too much for any man to see. But
yeah, Mark,
I really appreciate you coming on, brother, and I hope you guys stay safe. I hope you don't have the same problems we've had up here in Michigan. I mean, you are starting your quarantine tomorrow. Is that your stay-in order coming down tomorrow?
Well, we started it literally today, but yeah, he made it official today.
Okay.
So,
well, welcome to the club. It's kind of crazy. You'll get to fight with all your friends and family that live inside your house, and
I got 2 kids. They don't fight.
I told my wife when it gets bad enough, we'll strip naked, oil up, and wrestle it out.
That's a good one.
So I'd like to thank everybody that came by and chatted with us today, and I'll try not to make it once a week that I do a live chat to let everybody know what's going on in the Motor City. Have a good night.